about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire at reality simple. Reality simple. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire at reality simple.
These are the gender wars. Some of you know, some of you probably don't know, maybe most of you know, it's a big gender war between black men and black women in America. It has been for centuries, I say. And I'm just here to try to see if I can expose the history of the gender wars, where it came from, how it started. And basically, who's to blame? So whose fault is it? Men say it's black women's fault. Black women say it's black men's fault. But the person to blame, or the thing to blame, whose fault it is white supremacy. It is white supremacy is the start of the gender wars between black men and black women. So I just want to expose the history of where it came from. And it started during slavery, at the beginning of slavery. What happens is every generation has alpha males born into it. And alpha males make up about 40% of the population of men. And you got alpha females too, who make up about 40% of the women. The people that are not alpha males are beta males, and they make up the majority of the men and make up the majority of the women. The role of the alpha male is to be the leader. So he's given alpha male characteristics. So, of course, when slavery started and the slave trade started, there was a war. There was a lot of people fighting and a lot of people dying. About 100 million Africans died during the slave trade. Altogether, about 100 million people died. One person was caught, 2 people were killed in order to acquire that one person. So, quite naturally, the first people to go would be the alphas. The alpha males would be the first ones to die because they would be the ones to go out and fight. They'll be the alpha males is what was the cornerstone of the community. That's what the community was based on. That was the leadership of the community. It was a patriarchal society in Africa. So you kill all the alpha males, what you have left is beta males, alpha females, and beta females. So we get here into America, and if a man still showed characteristics of fight or alpha maleness, then they will be broken or either killed. They'll be.
What's your name?
Kunta Kinte.
When the master gives you something, you take it. He gave you a name. a nice name. It's Toby. And it's going to be yours till the day you die. Now, I know you understand me. And I want to hear it.
And a lot of times they would beat down that man in front of the female counterparts, the African women. And the African women see their men that they look at as their form of protection, as their provider, as the cornerstone of their community being beat down. What that does to her mentally is shows her that she has no security. She's not safe. Basically, the person that's supposed to protect her, she has no protection. The person that's supposed to protect her is no longer able to protect himself. So the alpha male being destroyed did a number on the black women's mind and mentality. Not only did they destroy the alpha males, but the beta males that would be next in line to become the alpha males were destroyed and broken too. So black women now saw was that their protector could no longer protect himself, therefore he could not protect her. And what happened was the slave system put black women over black men, and that's where you get mammyism from, like the mammies.
I ain't tired, Massa. I'm ready.
You say you tired, you tired. Don't dispute. Preacher Borgia, you take him in the kitchen and fill him up right good. And then make him swallow down about half a dozen raw eggs.
Oh, I'll make him swallow those eggs or choke him silly.
You see, like, the black women that run the house with an iron fist, that's where the first of the matriarchal society started being exhibited in the black community. If a boy was born and that boy showed fight, if that boy showed alpha male tendencies, most of the time that boy would end up either getting killed or he would either end up running away, or something would happen to that boy, because the slave master couldn't have a man, an alpha male inside of the midst, because he wants all of the power and he don't want nobody looking up to nobody but himself. So what happened was, when boys begin to show that, black women begin to emasculate black men and show that the emasculation process of the black man, when a black dude was to show that fight, the woman would quickly stamp that fight out of him so that he wouldn't get killed.
He already finished with his manhood training.
You talking crazy?
No, we can make it, Fanta.
Now, I told you. My name is Maggie.
Well, Fanta, now you know ain't no two-bar can make it through the woods like Mandinkan. You know it's the truth. We stay away from people, away from the main roads, away from houses, we can make it. We can make it to the north and be free. Maybe then we can find some more runaways, Fanta. Come on, Fanta!
No! Now I'm here. Now I'm gonna stay here.
You will stay a slave?
I'm gonna stay alive. I'm gonna stay warm instead of cold. I'm gonna stay fed instead of starved. I'm gonna stay. I'll do what they say long as I can suck breath. A dead nigga ain't helped nobody. Least of all a dead nigga.
Basically, it's a survival technique, adaptation for survival. They don't want nothing to happen to him. They don't want him to get killed. So when he say he finna fight or he finna do something to the slave master, he'll get a lot of resistance from the women and the other beta males, so that you don't anger master or you don't get the wrath of the master. They don't want nothing to happen to you. So they try to talk you out of being an alpha male around it. And also, where black women didn't want their children to be sold off. So when they had a child, if that child had any kind of special qualities that'll make him more valuable to be sold, the black woman would often put him down in front of the slave master, so he would lose value in the slave master's eyes, so he wouldn't be sold off. So a black woman would say stuff like, he's so lazy, master, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that boy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that boy. He don't never like to do nothing. He dumb, he stupid. They say that as a survival technique so that the master would not sell that boy off, and that's where you first have the man bashing come in. But the man bashing back then, the first, I guess, strike of the gender wars back then was a survival technique. But all the while the woman is putting that boy down in front of the slave master in order to not get him to be sold off, he's internalizing all of this. This is what he hear his mother say. So if his mother is saying it, it must be true. So where was the guy at during all of this? Where was the man for it? And what happened was, anytime you get a strong man, a strong slave buck, they'll call him Mandingo warrior, whatever, you want those genes to come out in the rest of your slave male children so that you can have a harder work or better structure. They bred us like they were breeding dogs or whatever. So what they did was they took the Mandingo man or the strong buck black man, and they would take him from plantation to plantation, having sex with all of the women. Plantation to plantation, getting the women pregnant, the women had the babies. He is not around because he had another plantation getting them pregnant.
Beauty, eh? Must be about 7th time. This one's dedicated to you. I'll call him Macaroni. Good girl, Cleopatra. Who's the sire?
Don't really know, Master. You had me covered by Pluto, only it didn't take. Then you had me pleasured by Nestor.
Oh, that's all right.
To be sure.
He's a beauty anyway.
And people used to pay other slave masters for their male slave that had a strong specimen to get their female slaves pregnant.
Good old James, my champion. 200 pounds of muscle and not an ounce of fat. If I wanted, he could cover 4 or 5 wenches a day. But I'm not wasting them. Your wench ready?
Ready as you'll ever be, Mr. Bighorn.
Put in there. Put in there. Put in there. Put in there. Remember, Wilson, if he does any damage, that's your problem.
I want you to be a nice little mare.
And he is not going to be around to help raise those children because he's sold off or gone. So that right there reinforces when the black women raise those children, they don't want their child to be sold off or their child to get hurt. So they'll emasculate that man and down that man so that that man would be able to stay around, won't get sold off or won't get killed because they're exhibiting alpha male tendencies. And they saw what happened to alpha males. They all got destroyed, killed, brutally, hung, drugged, whatever the fuck. They got fucked up. Alpha males got fucked up. So that's what happened, and that's why black women began to emasculate the black man.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like Dr. King, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire at reality simple. Reality simple. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like Dr. King, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire at reality simple.